Hey there, James here. Welcome to my daily videos. Okay, so what did I do today? Well, today's Saturday, and I and my wife decided to go to the Spring Expo for the second year in a row in our neighborhood of Springboro. Spring Expo, Springboro. Oh well. Okay, so we entered a whole bunch of contests. Basically you got all these booths, and you know what the deal. Well, the drill is you go over, you fill out your name, address to win a prize of some kind. So that's how they get your name and address, and that's not a bad way to go. They've been doing that for years, even before internet marketing ever started. So what did I get? I got some free stuff. Okay, got this here, which is it shines a light. Okay, it's a keychain. That shines a light. So I got that free. Plus, I never saw something like this before, but I like to carry Band-Aids in my wallet now. I probably still will, but I can also carry Band-Aids in my pocket now because this dispenses Band-Aids. Right? Then, you've seen these. They do a nice job cutting open envelopes that are sealed. So I always like to get these. Something I'm always looking for is a bottle opener, and I almost never can find it. So now I've got one, and it's of course on a keychain. So I can put it on with my keys, and when I've got a bottle to open, I can open it. So let's see, last but not least, well, I also got a bunch of candies here. Check this out. Yeah, I got some candies right here. I got a whole bunch of chocolates, but don't tell anybody. I hate them. Okay. Last but not least of the goodies, now I have some others like, magnets and stuff, but I gave, my wife took them. She likes them. Anyway, this here, I've never seen it before. You've seen these little pocket, not tubes, but little bottles that dispense hand cleaner, which is a big thing nowadays. Hand cleaner, very important, helps you avoid getting sick because a lot of people around there don't clean up very well. They don't clean their hands when they go to the John. So anyway, this is a dispenser, hand cleaner dispenser. I'm going to take this off, and you spritz some hand cleaner. Pretty cool. I thought it was some kind of magic marker, but then I said, ooh, if I'd have known this was hand cleaner, I would have took a bunch. Okay, so some of the free things that I got at the expo. Now, last year, my wife won 3. I won nothing. But my wife won 3 great things. I think it was a purse. We also won an outdoor, it's a big thing, it looks like a rock, but it's a stereo, it has speakers, but it stays outside all the time. We don't have the patio for it yet, so we're just keeping it in our garage. And then we won a 3rd thing, and I kind of forget what she won. It's just a while back. So we're hoping this year to, maybe repeat that, maybe win at least one thing. We must have filled out 50 of those cards and pieces of paper with your name and address. And I saw a few people who had labels, address labels. I said, oh gosh, I thought of that last year, and then this year came along and I totally forgot to bring our address labels. You just stick them on there. You don't have to break your wrist after 50 or 60 of those cards you fill out. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Here in Ohio, it's not quite spring yet. It was a rainy, nasty day. It's been raining. Maybe high 40s. So it's not quite spring yet, but it was nice knowing that spring is around the corner. So now what I learned recently, not from the Spring Expo, but what I learned recently, now not do I only sell internet marketing products, but when a good one comes along, I go ahead and buy it. I get reviewed to a lot of products. Some of them I don't, and usually of the ones that I don't, maybe there's 5, 6 that I don't out of 10. No, actually it's the opposite. 3 or 4 out of 10 that I don't get to promote, and then I look at it and get an email from another guy in the business, and I usually buy it. Long story short, recently bought a product, and it had the one-time offer, which was I think the 2nd OTO, which was a guy talking about, and I won't say his name, don't want to get in trouble, but he's on a video and he's talking about, for $4.95 you can try out his high ticket promotion. Basically, it's a play to pay. If you keep it after what he said 30 days in the video, and it also said it below the video, but when I went to purchase it for $4.95 to try it out for 30 days, it said 14 days. Okay, now he must have been running that thing quite a few times in quite a few different ways. I mean, the guy does make a lot of money every month, so he's probably knows the rope on how to push one product 6 ways to Sunday, if that's the expression, or maybe it's 9 ways to Sunday, I don't know. But anyway, long story short, so I wrote and I said, hey, I took a screenshot of the Warrior where I purchased it, and a screenshot of his webpage, and I said, there's a discrepancy here, and you said 30 days, and then it turns out to be 14 days. So I asked for an extension. He never gave it to me. All right. Not only that, but it was like 7 days, and he hadn't, even though you purchased the right to promote this thing, you have to get permission, through the normal way, where you go to the page on Warrior, and you ask for permission to promote it. So it was 7 days had passed out of my 14 days, and there was no permission. Here I am. I only paid $4, but I was about to, in another 7 days, pay $197 balance, right? So finally, after I sent that email, because I wrote to him first on his personal Facebook, and he didn't do anything about it. Finally, I sent that first email to his support. He finally got back to me, and he didn't say anything about the 30-day thing, 14-day thing, nothing. Just gave me permission. So I sent a few emails out, nothing happened. All right. So now I looked and I noticed that tomorrow was going to be the deadline. Tomorrow he was going to hit me with the 197 because I replied to the email that he sent me that he now gave me permission to promote the thing, and I said, I still am asking for that extension because you mentioned 30 days in your video, but you don't keep your promise with the 30 days. It still says that I owe it on the 10th. And so, long story short, never heard back from him. So I just, there's a little red button that says cancel. I canceled it. Now, guy probably doesn't care. He doesn't need my $197. But the point of all this is, if you're going to go into this business, have some integrity. Now, I'm not the first person who's had a deal with this person, and it kind of sucks. Have some integrity. If your video says 30 days, make sure it's 30 days. If it says 14 days, make sure it's 14 days, not 2, 3. Practice what you preach. They talk about being honest. I admit I'm not real happy with the results of this. I really was hoping. Oh, and another thing too, I was hoping to promote it. $1,000 a shot is a pretty good thing. As far as promoting something and getting $1,000 from it, that's a nice feeling. On top of that, when I actually finally got permission, I checked out the product breakdown, and he was only giving 10%, and it wasn't even going to be $1,000. So I'm saying to myself, how many times is this guy shucking and jiving here? All right, the point being integrity. You're going to have integrity in this business. If you don't, doesn't matter how much money you wind up making, you're eventually going to be found out, and your business is going to crash and burn. So just a word of advice. If you're just starting into this business of internet marketing, have some integrity. Be honest and upfront with your clients, your customers, and they will love you for it. I'm trying to be. I have not been perfect, but I've tried to right some wrongs, where I've screwed up. And I hope for this guy's sake, he gets on that path. But if he don't, well, in a few short years, we won't even hear from him ever again. But he'll probably be off doing something else somewhere. Whatever. All right, enough said. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you next time.